What do you think the devil, Satan, Lucifer, the fallen ones, the demons, whatever you want to, what do you think they are doing right now? I mean, here you are, you're driving down the road, you're watching your TV, listening to the radio, eating your breakfast, taking a walk. Do you think while you do all of those things that those entities that I mentioned are just doing nothing? They're just taking it easy, shining their shoes, clipping their nails. Do you think they've given up on the chess match, a cosmic chess match? Do you think that they think that they've done enough, that they're just now sitting around going, you know what, let's just coast? For a lot of my life, it's the way I thought. Even when I was a practicing Christian, going to church every Sunday, or being a heathen. But since late November, I've stumbled across some stuff. I wasn't looking for it. Politics, and Donald Trump won the election. And I voted for him. It was the easy button. It was so easy to vote for him over Hillary Clinton. The Donald Trump's campaign was not the beginning of my political awakening. 9/12/2001, I had a blog, which had about somewhere between 150 or 300 subscribers to a blog that I started in 2004. And what I did was I went there and I argued with liberals, because what I saw right after 9/11 was this knee-jerk reaction by people on the left to blame us, to blame the United States for what had happened. And that shocked me. That just blew me away. And I did a lot of reading, a lot of thinking, a lot of listening, a lot of debating. I've sharpened my viewpoints. When Donald Trump came along, blew me away for a second. I was like, man, how can a guy like that be president? Because I was a Cruz guy in the beginning. I've read Ted Cruz's book, and by the way, I've read Donald Trump's as well. And I like both of them for different reasons. But I was the kind of a guy who, like, I've been arguing with people on blogs and debating people on blogs. I was thinking that's the kind of guy we needed to be able to beat Hillary Clinton. We needed somebody that could debate. But I was wrong. If you're watching this and you compared Trump to Hitler, you're gonna love this. I mean, it's a strategic type of a thing. Germans totally developed a completely different type of philosophy when it came to warfare. They developed something called the Blitzkrieg, where that rather than fighting in trench warfare, i.e. debating, shooting, this guy would shoot this way and this guy would come out of the trench and he would shoot that way, and this guy would come out of the trench and they would shoot that way, and once in a while they would jump out of the trenches and they would run this way and they would run this way, and it was just trench warfare. Well, the Germans, what they did is they came up with the idea of Blitzkrieg, and that is where they would just get their tanks and go straight through all of that, get behind the lines and then start killing the enemy. And this totally took the French by surprise, because that was totally different than World War I. Again, it's not that it was Germans or Nazis. What I'm talking about here is the tactic. Now fast forward to Donald Trump. That's what he did. He blitzkrieged. He didn't stop and try to bang, bang, shoot, shoot, bang, 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 bang. He went right past it all and just shot right to the point and totally removed any sort of political correctness whatsoever and got right to it. Was he perfect? Are you? Are you perfect? Am I? Absolutely not. But does God ever use perfect people? He used King David, the guy that sent Bathsheba's husband to the front line, but yet David was a man after God's own heart. Multiple examples in the Bible like that. It was after the election of Donald Trump, November 8th, that I was still interested. I'm always interested. I've always been interested in politics, and by interested in politics, I don't mean interested in shaking hands and kissing babies. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about philosophy. What is your ideology? What do you believe in? Fascinating to me. It may not be to you, but it is to me. I saw a lot of people get interested in politics that had never been interested before. They just jumped on it. They were like, yes, Donald Trump. And a lot of them jumped on it for the wrong reasons. A lot of them jumped on the bandwagon for a lot of good reasons. Donald Trump was the blitzkrieg. He came right through all of that, talking about the media right to their face, talking about how biased they are. So I'm hearing all these people get involved, and I hear all these people saying things, and I hear people, commenting on my Facebook or talking to me in public. It's like, yeah, I know. So it got to be like Groundhog Day for the movie, the movie Groundhog Day, where Bill Murray wakes up and the same thing happens every day. Well, I wind up at this thought. I used to debate with people on my blog all the time. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this to make a point. I used to defeat them. They would get in the comment section of my blog, and we would go back and forth. Boom, 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 boom. I would win the argument for conservative, liberty-loving, 1776 ideas. And yet, the person who would lose the argument would not concede. They would simply build their walls higher and thicker and hold on to their ideas. And I'm sitting there looking at the comment stream and going, why are they doing this? Why? And even then, I never piled on people. I always reached out to them. I always said, I'm reaching out to you. Here, let me take your hand. I'll show you a better way. Come with me. But they wouldn't have it. And I would have to think, I was like, there's something else going on here. I've clearly shown them that 1 + 1 = 2. It doesn't equal 3 like you're saying. It equals 2. There's more to the story than meets the eye. Why would anybody do that? Why would anybody have their idea totally destroyed in a nice way? That's what I used to do. It ain't me. The truth doesn't need me. I'm talking about things as solid as gravity, as light, as 1 + 1 = 2. And at the time, I was kind of a new agey kind of a guy, and I didn't believe in the devil. But going through this from about 2001 to 2004, 5, and 6, I realized that my childhood faith had told me there was a dark force in the universe. There was a dark force in my life. There's a dark force in this world. And that dark force is about deception. If the truth hurts, then deception feels good. So many years now, I've been arguing for conservative, liberty-loving, free, libertarian ideas. And to me, it's like Groundhog Day. And I'm feeling like there's more. There's more to it. And as I started off, I said, what do you think the devil is doing right now? What do you think the fallen ones are doing right now? What do you think the demons are doing right now? Do you think that they have power in this world? Well, of course they do. What do you think their agents are up to right now? Are they opening up their vest and saying, look, I've got a Polson, Montana t-shirt on? No, this is what they're doing. They're like this right here. You don't know what's under the sheep's clothing. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm to the point now where there's more going on than just elections. And there's always been. I realize that. But it's coming home to me now. In my own fallen state. Yeah, Donald Trump is in there. All that is a speed bump. the left, the Democrats, the liberals, they may have been slowed down. I'm just going to say it. They want you like Neo in the Matrix. Not all of the people that are involved, but I believe that they are connected to and advocating for demonic ideas. I believe that the people at the top are a Luciferian elite that want to destroy freedom. They think they've been doing that since before Adam and Eve fell in the garden. I think they've distorted. We talk about the left. I talk about the left distorting history, revising history. I think these Luciferian elites have been from the beginning distorting and controlling history to make it look like God is the bad guy and Lucifer, the serpent, was the good guy. That's where I'm at, and I've been there since late November. I've probably read 10 books regarding Luciferianism. I don't think that the devil is sitting back coasting. This world feels off. More off than it's ever felt to me. Is it because I'm getting old? Right? Or am I right? There's more to this world's problems than elections. I'm glad Donald Trump won. He's a speed bump. When Trump and Pence went inside the Beltway at DC, it was like Frodo and Sam going into Mordor. I is still there. The institutional left is still there. They are still entrenched. And they may fail. They've got to try. Trump and Pence and their people have got to try to take the ring and throw it into the fire of Mount Doom. And I believe that ring and that fire is much, much deeper than mere politics, which is a little bit more than superficial. It's not totally superficial. It's a little more than that. It's a little more meaningful than that. But to go even deeper, you've got to take Washington, D.C. away from the Luciferian elite. That statement that I just gave you is based on tons and tons of reading and thinking. And I don't want to say I'm beyond politics. I still vote for whoever I believe is the liberty-loving representative. But there's more to it than that. Good. I'll just finish with this. In Genesis 6:4, it talks about the fallen angels coming down and breeding, or what I really believe is raping, sexually assaulting the daughters of men and mixing with them and producing the Nephilim. In our world, we would say the giants. The Bible says there were giants in those days, and there were giants after that. And then Jesus Christ himself says, in Matthew 24:37, he says, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the end times. And you're thinking, well, there's no giants around. What are you talking about, Alan? That'll be the next update that I do. If you have listened this far, you're awesome. But if you're into this kind of thing, I'm going to give you more of it, as I'm going to talk more about a lot of that stuff. Genesis 6 and Matthew 24:37. Again, the attention spans these days are like, I think, 8 seconds. So if you've listened, you're awesome.